you could really spend as much money as you wanted from an emotional standpoint.
Right.
But there's specific things you want to do to invest in property, which you taught me to do. And so basically what we do is we go in, we green it up, and with the rebates, credits, incentives, it generally always ends up being right around the same, if not a little bit less.
Okay.
There's specific things like, for example, paint, like zero VOC paint. We pay maybe $45 to $50 more for 5 gallons.
Okay.
Which to me isn't a big deal because the fact that there's absolutely no chemicals and off gas coming off the paint.
Right.
I'd rather do that for my tenants.
Right.
Personally. There's no rebates on that.
You're a good person.
Yeah, I am.
No, but it's true. I mean, like, I mean, that's very true. I mean, and again, $50 really isn't a lot of money, you know, when you're buying, you know, a house at $60,000, $70,000. Spend an additional $50 to have, you know, a toxin-free paint job done. It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, especially when you're doing the other green retrofits that go on with it,
right,
and increasing the appraised value by 10%.
Right.
Which has been a really big thing for us, which was one of the coolest things that Jim showed us was that we were able to add 10% to our residential real estate just by adding green retrofits and basically tightening the envelope of the home.
Right, right. Yeah, it's been nice. You know, the appraisal process, they add 10% on all of them. And we've done that on just about every property we've worked on together.
Yeah, and even the property in Buena Park that we worked on, there was an additional, what, about was it $30,000 or $25,000?
Yep.
That got added.
Yep.
In appreciation, which is huge.
It's a big number, yeah.
And that house there was people that wanted to buy before the rehab was
done.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. I mean, that's, you know, Ryan's company, In the Now Investments. Tell me the website again.
It's inthenowinvestments.com.
Okay, so inthenowinvestments.com if you want to check it out. Ryan's company is very unique in that there really isn't anybody else in the country who's doing this. There are other people who have tried on a smaller scale, but they just don't get the performance out of the home. They don't get the additional sales price for their investor, and they don't get the increased rent. I mean, you and Shannon have built quite the system and quite the team in doing this, and you do it all over. I mean, you live in Southern California, and you're doing this in the Midwest. You're doing it, you know, in a variety of different places.
Yeah.
So more credit to you. What are some of the benefits for your investor? So prospective investor meets you at a meeting at a real estate investment club, and there are, you know, 50 other people selling houses or selling deals. What's the benefit to that prospective investor to work with you?
I mean, I would say first off, one of the biggest benefits is that you know, you're working with a family-owned company. You know, this company is partnered by my wife and myself. We're business partners, and we have a passion for what we do. We were both in corporate America. We know what it's like to work for someone else,
right? And
we know how amazing it feels and how freeing it feels to create passive income for yourself and get more and more freedom. And so that's really our main goal for our investors, is to hand deliver that same type of cash flow for them. And I think one thing that's very important for, you know, potential investors or customers to understand about doing business with us is that we've made a lot of mistakes. We've went through a lot of the wrong people and spent a lot of money in education and wrong people to get where we are today, to have the system in place today where literally we can hand deliver a high-performance detoxified home to you, already tenanted, already performing, with a Section 8 tenant in place, by the way, which is another reason people like to work with us, because the rent's guaranteed.
Yeah.
It's guaranteed by the government. And we hand deliver it anywhere from 16 to 20% net return.
That's unbelievable.
So,
and you're doing this in markets like Detroit, Michigan, so you're not doing this in Beverly Hills where people might care about green, or in Los Angeles where people might care about green. You're doing it in areas where most people don't care about green at all.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that right?
Yeah, we're doing it in areas where we can basically go in and we can green up a house, and we can offer the house to an investor for about $40,000, and they can pay cash for it and still have a 16 to 20% return.
And can't some of them? I mean, that's amazing. Don't some of your customers buy it through their IRAs too?
They do. A lot of our customers buy through their IRAs, through their 401ks. A lot of them, their 401ks turn into 201ks.
Right. And
yeah, a lot of our clients, you know, they understand that the 401k is just a vehicle for them to use to invest, and they want to guarantee those type of returns.
So is there a whole other company that educates them on how to do this for real estate, or do you guys do that as well?
Well, we educate our customers and we assist them in the process. We're not the actual self-directed custodians that they would use. There's hundreds of them that you can choose to use all over the country. We personally like Equity Trust. That's who we work with. They're the largest self-directed custodian in the country. But what we do is we assist you in rolling it over to the self-directed custodian of your choice.
Right.
And then from there we assist you with basically the transaction, which is one of the easiest things you'll ever do, through your 401k, because your self-directed custodian really does everything for you.
Gotcha. Okay.
Really
so
easy.
At the end of the day, you're taking properties where they're incredible fixers or foreclosures or short sales or whatever, creating a green high-performance property out of it, getting a tenant for it. It's easier to rent. You're getting more rents. You're able to sell these properties for more money and get them appraised for more money. And then you're delivering them to an end investor as a performing asset.
Exactly.
I mean, that to me is unbelievable. I mean, there are other people doing something similar to that, but nobody is doing a green component of this at all.
Yeah, I haven't been able to find anyone doing what we do.
Yeah.
We feel really good to be at the forefront of it. But we also, it's good to be at the forefront of something, but we also understand there's a big lack of education out there, and we understand that the more people that learn about this and implement this strategy, the more money people are going to make in real estate, the quicker the market's going to come back, because you're forcing appreciation by 10% right away. So we are at the forefront of it. There's a big lack of education, but we're literally making it a goal, and I know you are too, to get out there and teach people how to use this strategy, because this is not an idea. This is a strategy that works. These are specific appraisal laws that people have to follow, and people don't know about it.
Right. And you're a great case study for this, in that this really isn't theory, and that this does work, and it does work in tough markets like Detroit.
Yeah.
It does work when you are getting government rebates. You've gotten rebates. You get higher appraisal values. You get higher rents. None of that is theory. We're not writing a book here. It's like, this is actual stuff that you've done on 50+ properties. It's amazing. I mean, and again, there isn't anybody else in the country that I know of. I mean, I work with investors all over the country, and there isn't anybody doing it to the scale or to the level that you guys are. Well, what's in your web? It's inthenow.investments.com, right?
Yep. www.inthenow.investments.com.
Okay. Well, thank you for spending time with us today.
No problem.
It's a pleasure. Love the shirt.
Thank you.
Good to see you, my friend.
Thank you, my friend.
All right.